World order cracked open this week. Not slowly, not quietly, it split. Loud, fast, and live on camera. And Washington was holding the hammer. While Donald Trump stood on the tarmac at Joint Base Andrews saying Iran is collapsing and the United States is way ahead of schedule, 6 of the 7 most powerful Democratic leaders on Earth were on a video call telling each other the exact opposite. Not in private whispers, not in diplomatic memos buried in footnotes, out loud, on record, in front of cameras. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, Japan's Prime Minister, Brazil's President Lula, the European Union's foreign policy chief, France, Italy, one after another, the architects of what we used to call the Western Alliance, are looking at what America is doing and saying, not yet publicly coordinated, but clearly, unmistakably, no more.
Gotta face the east. Kahala, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekah Ha Kadash. We're back with you again on these highways and hedges, dealing with the tenets and doctrine of life, which is this new covenant, and the gospel and testimony that must be preached for the time of salvation or restitution, aka salvation shall come. And here we are again with another sharing of wisdom on this Count Wisdom Gauntlet midweek, and this is a simple stare into what we know as prophecy, dealing with the beast, and particularly the 7 of that beast. We're going to start here in the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 1. Let's read that.
And I stood up under the sin of
Read that from the top again. Slow down.
And I stood upon the sin of the sea.
And he stood upon the sand of the sea. So this is a vision that he's having here. John the Revelator. Keep reading. And saw.
And saw a beast.
And saw what?
A beast.
So he saw a beast. Read on.
Rising up out of the sea.
So he saw a beast rise up out of the sea. So we notice this sea, or this beast rising up out of the midst of the sea, is a government or a mighty nation that has risen up from amongst the people. And the sea is the peoples or the nations. All right, read on. Having
several heads.
how many heads?
Several heads.
7.
7 heads.
How many heads?
7 heads.
So he's having 7 heads. So we're going to deal with the heads today of this particular beast rising from amidst of the sea. Now, we're going to go here, and we're going to go into secular history. And we're going to deal with this group of 7 heads, all right? So this 7 head in particular are these nations here that make up those 7 heads. And that's those nations of the G7, right? And with the G7, these are the countries that deal with economic, how do I put this? Economic policy, global economic policy. They deal with these things every single year. They also deal with AI policy, the thing that we initiate or know to be the mark of the beast. This is what they deal with every year. And you can see that progressing day by day. They deal with AI policy, and they do an annual meetup every year. This group, and these countries will be Canada, all right, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the United Kingdom, and who else?
United States.
And the United States and United Kingdom 1. Those are 7. Those are the 7. All right. But notice when it divides the two, the United Kingdom and United States, it separates those two and conglomerate to say the United Kingdom and the United States, which makes it more than 7, makes it 8, which we know the beast itself is who? The U.S., but the United Kingdom being the former head of the United States is no longer power over the United States, but rules in power with the U.S. All right. So we know the U.S. as the beast, but the 7 are the United Kingdom. All right. United Kingdom, Germany, France, Italy, Slovakia, bear with me. Going back to the notes. Canada, France, Germany, Italy, the United Kingdom, Japan, and you have those, that 7, that united body with the United Kingdom and the United States. So this is a peep into that prophecy. And again, they deal with global economic policy every year. and also the AI movement, the big AI push that we see with NVIDIA, all right, and other things like Oracle. All right, these are AI companies that are beginning to become very powerful, Meta, and they're actually building the mechanisms and the power structures right now as we speak, as they have done of old, to make a conglomerate on what we're going to see as a military state, all right, and a police state here in America. Now, there's some things that are going to happen, and one of those things has to be a COINTELPRO or a proxy war that must escalate in order to get things in line. And also, the presidency, there has to be a stipulation in order for that presidency or those who serve as president to rule in that same mindset that we see right now, that they don't deviate from the plan. This is why you see Israel, the Israeli state, pushing the horde that rise upon the beast, pushing to begin that greater state of Israel, or that greater conglomerate of Israel. All right, this is why you're seeing that heavy push. So this is a peep into that prophecy. All right, and to keep it short on my little one, he's seeing the prophecy as well. All right, and we want to first give our praise to, and end with giving our praise to who? Kahala, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekah HaKadash. And this would be our first share of wisdom when it comes to prophecy. And with that, Shalom, repent and keep the commandments of God, and faith of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Shalom. Let us meditate.